Man, the last few years have been an incredibly challenging market for buyers. And buyer's remorse is a real thing. In today's video, I'm going to offer 5 tips and ideas to help prevent buyer's remorse. So stay tuned. Hey, Laura Gallen here with Mountain Prairie Living, empowered by ERA Shields, and welcome to my channel where I answer questions about the home buying and selling process. I offer answers to lower your anxiety and cool things about Colorado Springs because it's an amazing place to live. So on today's video, we're talking about buyer's remorse. It's a real thing. When we're moving so fast in a strong seller's market, inventory is super tight, at least in my area for sure. You're having to make decisions in 15 minutes or so. And for some of you that are relocating, you don't even see the home. It's sight unseen. Your realtor maybe has done a FaceTime with you and you're making a decision based on that. It's tough, and buyer's remorse is real for some of you. So in today's video, I'm going to offer 5 suggestions and tips that will help you prevent buyer's remorse in 2022. Tip number 1, set a realistic budget. Sit down and put on paper what is comfortable for you to live within. One of the number 1 buyer's remorse we're seeing in today's strong sellers market is that they've paid too much for the home and the home payment is not comfortable. So sit down and define what is a comfortable payment for you. Start there and then start to go through your monthly expenses, and don't forget to add in, if you're coming from a renter perspective, home maintenance or maybe DIY projects that you might want to do if you're buying a fixer-upper. So account for some of those home projects in that realistic budget that you're setting out for yourself. That payment amount is one that you want to stick to. So when you go to the lending side and you start to get a pre-approval, make sure your lender knows that this is the payment that I'm comfortable with, so that you start shopping in the price point that's going to maintain that payment expense that you've set out for yourself. So setting realistic goals is so important to prevent buyer's remorse. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, create a dream home list. Sit down and write out things that are non-negotiable and things that maybe you could compromise on. When I'm out house hunting with clients, I usually tell them we're looking for at least 85% of what's on your wish list. And if we get more than that, even better. But when you don't have a plan and you don't have any outline of what is non-negotiable and what is maybe compromisable, then it makes it a little bit harder, and you're making decisions, rash decisions, without thinking about what you really want, and that could lead to buyer's remorse. So set a dream checklist and be prepared to compromise on a few of those things. In today's crazy fast market, you really need to get your pre-approval, which means that they might have already taken you to underwriting. And if you'd like to know more about the pre-approval process, then check out this video next. But you want to sit down. Now, we talked about setting that realistic budget in tip number 1. Tip number 3 being the pre-approval. This is where you tell the lender, this is the highest amount of payment that I want to pay. They're going to find the right loan program and give you your price point so that you know where you want to stay within. And you're going to work with a real estate professional and tell them clearly that this is my price point. I want to stick within it. I don't want to go above it. So in today's market, if you're pre-approved for, say, let's say $400,000, with the crazy above asking offers, you may need to be searching at about $375,000 so that you have room to make an above asking offer. So talk to your lender, tell them about what you're comfortable with in a price point. Discuss the down payment and the potential of appraisal gaps. And if you'd like to know more about appraisal gaps, then check out this video here. But in today's market, we're using a variety of strategies to win in a multiple offer situation. So you want to be prepared for all of those scenarios, but you also want to stick to your home budget. So when you get to this step, make sure that you're really clear with your lender. They're going to give you a pre-approval that might be higher than you're comfortable with, and that you feel that you would not be uncomfortable monthly and feeling like your house poor. And that's something that we're seeing with buyer's remorse, that they've bought a home but they feel house poor because their payment is so much higher than they really felt comfortable with. Step 4, in this market, this is one that's interesting. Now you have to be real with yourself. Are you going to look at fixer-uppers? And if you are, you got to do some research. Are you good at some of these projects? Do you feel confident doing some minor cosmetic changes inside, like painting? But if you're talking about a full kitchen remodel, is that comfortable for you, or will you have to expense it? So if you're looking at fixer-uppers and that's the price point that's comfortable for you and you're getting into that type of home, then you really need to be real with yourself. Are you able to do those fixer-upper projects? And if not, have you accounted for that in your realistic budget? So really make a plan. Think about that process. If I'm going to buy a fixer-upper, do I have money in my budget that I'm comfortable with to take care of those things? And even if they are minor cosmetic changes, you still need to have a little bit of budget for that. So be realistic. Have a plan for DIY projects or fixer-uppers if that's in your price point. This one, I think, is probably one of the most important. You need to know the real estate market that you're working within and the area information for where you're focusing in on. And this is where you want to work with a real estate professional. You want to know what are the average days on market. You want to know what are houses going for? What percentage over asking price are they going for? Are they going for 102%, 104% over ask, so that you're planning appropriately for your offer. Now, the real estate professional is going to provide that information for you, and that's going to help you make the best decisions on the offer that you want to do. It's likely in today's market that you may be doing multiple offer situations, and you're going to need to have some strategies in your offer. That's where the real estate professional comes in. But you need to know the market that you're buying in. Working with a real estate professional and knowing your market, staying in touch with that information will really help you make great decisions in this fast-moving, strong sellers market to prevent buyer's remorse. We are seeing buyer's remorse in situations where people did not plan well, or they didn't fully understand their pre-approval, or they didn't set that budget expectation. So they're feeling house poor, or they feel like they had too many projects that they didn't realize needed to be done on a house. If you're moving from a renter situation to a homeowner situation, there's a difference, and you have to take care of those things. So planning, preparing, researching, educating yourself is such an important piece to prevent buyer's remorse when you're out there house shopping in 2022, where it's going to be a strong seller's market. I hope you found value in this information, and subscribe to the channel where I offer more information about the home buying and selling process. My goal is to educate you, to help empower you so that you feel confident when you're going out there and home shopping. So if you'd like to know more about the mechanicals of a home, if you're looking at an older home or a fixer-upper and you want to know the life cycle of those, then check out this video next. More information about taking buyer's remorse away. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.